Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Gadget Lab. I'm Michael Calori.
I'm Robbie. Hi.
Coming up next week, we are going to be, and by we I mean Roberto and myself and the entire Gadget Lab crew from Wired.
Go Team Gadget Lab.
We're going to be at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. Otherwise known as CES.
Yeah.
Now, how many times have you been?
I don't know. 3, 4,
Yeah.
12, 37?
Feels like 37 if you go once.
That's true.
It's a giant show. There's hundreds of thousands of people there. Every manufacturer of consumer electronics, except for Microsoft and Apple, will be there. Everybody shows off a bunch of products. There's TVs, stereos, headphones, cars, anything that has a computer chip in it.
A whole hall just filled with iPhone cases. Why?
So that's actually the big question for the week. Why? Why do we go to CES?
Well, for the most part, and first of all, it's scheduled at a weird time. Everyone announces their products they want to sell for the holidays before the holidays, and CES is after the holidays.
Yeah.
So that kind of kills a lot of like big announcements. A lot of the announcements are things that are going to come out in 6 months, 3 months, maybe not until the holidays themselves for 2013. But, and this is a big but, there's always a chance while you're going through and looking at all the regular, like I said, iPhone cases, TVs, whatever, you're going to see like this one product made by this like one guy or girl they built in their basement in like Minnesota or Taiwan, and you're going to be like, this is awesome. This is amazing. This is something that's a little bit different. It's not Android churn. It's not, 17 versions of the same HD TV. There's always that chance of that one little thing.
And that is really like one of the reasons you go.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's an opportunity to see all of the manufacturers, meet all of the product people, meet the CEOs, meet the people who actually build the stuff, all the engineers. In 4 days,
Yeah.
you meet like 2-3 dozen people, and you never see them again until next year when you all show up in Vegas again for this show. So,
It's like a mega meeting. Because
is.
every time you have a meeting with someone, either they have to come to your office or you have to go there. And if they're not in San Francisco for us, then it's a webinar or it's a phone call. And those are all, you never quite get a real gist. But you get to sit down and talk with all these manufacturers about their products and about future products. And so that's really helpful.
And a lot of times they'll show you things that, like Robbie said, they're not coming out until September. And they'll show you things they say are coming out in September and then don't come out. And then you see it again at CES the next year, and then you all have a good laugh about, that was supposed to come out this year.
Oh, vaporware.
So it seems kind of pointless on the outside, and you'll read a lot of coverage on Wired and elsewhere about how CES has jumped the shark and how it's just this big shit show and there's really nothing. Well, yeah, it is, right? That's what everybody says about it. There's nothing interesting at CES this year. But there's always something interesting. You just have to look really hard. And it's mostly about the meetings, about the face-to-face meetings.
Yeah.
And actually, that's why a lot of the manufacturers go. Because they get a chance to meet with like the guy who buys all the electronic stuff from Best Buy, or the woman who buys everything that goes on the shelves at Target. And they get to show them their products and try and sell their products to the retail distributors. So it's sort of like a lot of inside baseball, kind of backdoor skullduggery. I don't know what's the right word I'm looking for here. A lot of handshake deals happening behind the scenes.
You'll see a lot of navel gazing at CES.
And you will see navel gazing on Wired. We guarantee that.
Yeah.
We're going to have a big story every day about what's going on. We're going to have photos every day about all the cool little products, both the things that you were talking about, the little amazing things that you see in the corner that nobody cares about, as well as the important stuff. And what
4K!
Yeah. The 4K-ing, we're calling it, because everybody's announcing an ultra-high definition TV. That's what it's called, UHD.
Yeah, 4K is cooler. It sounds cooler.
4,000 pixels resolution, which is 4 times the resolution depth of a standard HD TV.
That regular HD TV you bought like a year or two ago?
Yeah.
Worthless. Burn
Worthless.
it. Spend $20,000 on a 4K TV. Why?
Throw it out with the Christmas tree. And then, of course, with 4K TVs, there come receivers that are capable of passing 4K and surround sound systems that have 4K upscaling and downscaling in them, and there's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff in that ecosystem. Also, voice control, dictation software is getting there. We're going to see a lot of that.
That's been getting there for 20 years. Still not.
Still working on it. Probably see a lot more 7-inch tablets. Probably see a lot more Windows 8 things that spin and snap and
Break eventually.
yeah. So you'll see a lot of photos of that and a lot of coverage of that. And we should also mention we're doing a special Tumblr on. It's going to be embedded in the Gadget Lab?
It's going to be embedded in a post on the Gadget Lab. It's a live blog 24/7. It's a continuous the entire time we are at CES. We'll be updating this post as a live blog.
So whatever we're doing, if we're getting a crazy demo, if we saw Alicia Keys, if we,
that'd be awesome, right?
Fist bump the jizza in the men's room. What, you've never done that?
That sounds awkward.
Come on, he's the genius. We'll tell you about it, basically. It'll be there. We'll have karaoke pictures, we promise, also.
Karaoke. It's going to be really fun, I think, sometime around 11 p.m., after 11 every night.
It's going to get a little nutty.
When the amount of exhaustion that comes from running around like miles every day is compounded with the free alcohol that people tend to give us. I think that's going to be the magic hour, 11 to 1.
Yeah, right. For a man who doesn't drink, and
I don't drink though, so
doesn't really drink all that much.
I'll be taking a lot of pictures of people who do drink.
So we do have 10 pieces of unfinished business right here. Before the holidays, we announced we were giving away this pair of Etra 5-point gloves, and these are gloves that are made in the UK from sheep. They're wool, but they also have special fabric woven into the fingertips that allow you to use them with your touchscreen devices. So you do not have to take your gloves off to tweet or to Insta or to Facebook or to Snapchat or to Poke or whatever it is you do with your phone, you filthy person. We asked our readers to send us photos of their antiquated telephony devices, and we have a winner, and his Twitter handle, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, is Zizigizgi. It's SYZYGY, otherwise known as James Hart.
Good job, James.
James sent us a picture of him showing off his Nokia THX41 phone. His won because, first of all, it has a cool little antenna. And also, his was the only one that showed the device actually on and operational. He didn't have a signal, but it still turns on after all these years.
He's ready for the apocalypse.
He is. So just in case smartphones all fail, they all give you cancer, he'll still have his THX41, and he'll be cozy with his 5-point gloves. So we're sending you a DM on Twitter, and these will be in the mail to you shortly. And if you're interested in checking them out, you can check them out at Etra, ETRE. You'll see the URL down there at the bottom of the screen where you can check out these gloves if you'd like to own a pair since you didn't win, you loser. Okay. We'll see you at CES. We'll have videos and updates on the site every single day, so check in. And then we'll be back here doing this show in the studio after it's over to tell you about the cool stuff we saw.
Yeah.
Until then.
Bye.